Well, we want to shift gears a bit and discuss matters to do with financial reporting standards, and this is an all-important issue, bearing in mind that many corporates have been struggling to ensure there is full disclosure. And what has been the impact of this? Joining me this afternoon, we have with us Waithera Mwai-Ireri from the Nairobi Securities Exchange, Head of Communications. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's just pick it up from there. There's been a lot of push to companies to try and improve on how they manage and govern issues that deal with corporate governance. Where are we as a country?
I think that we've really come a long way. Looking directly at the FIRE Award itself, it's now currently in its 16th edition. And since we started, there has been a lot of improvement in the financial reports that we receive from the entities. There has been a higher level of disclosure that are put in those reports. We put in a section on integrated reporting, and we can now see that companies are moving away from the basic financial reporting and are trying to get into a more integrated report which touches on issues of ESG and trying to make their reports aligned to triple bottom line reporting. So there, we have come a long way over the years, and we look forward to meeting best practices that are put in place internationally.
All right. Of course, a number of corporates have been hard hit when it comes to weak ethics, weak governance, and this has been witnessed in companies that have either gone under receivership or companies that have been mismanaged. And what has been, how significant has this recognition by companies had on improving best practices?
You need to understand that the financial reports are the connection between the organization and the consumers and the public and the regulatory framework that exists. So the companies that we have really need to do their best to give us true information, or information that speaks a true and fair value of their enterprise. So we have put a lot of work, or a lot of work has gone into the regulatory framework, and we now look upon the companies to give us the best information. The leadership of these organizations, the board and the management need to give us information that is true and fair.
So what leads to a situation where there is limited disclosure? What are some of the mistakes that companies make that they have to end up in that side of the coin?
Disclosures, there are different levels of disclosure. So you have issues to do with the board, board remuneration, who is in the board, their education, and their term limits. There are issues to do with the financials itself. So we are looking at financial statements, your income statements, your cash flow statements, shareholder equity. So it is the company that is supposed to align themselves to the best practices. And sometimes you find an institution that really does not know how to go about it. So we, as the promoters of the FIRE Award, who is the Nairobi Securities Exchange, ISPAC, the Capital Markets Authority, and most recently the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board, have come together to try and train the market on what is expected of them for those financial reporting, and thereafter evaluate their reports and award the organizations that have really come a long way and have continued to improve their reports.
All right. And Waithera, have we seen a significant shift really, or it's still a matter that is being embraced gradually by companies?
It's a gradual improvement. Being our 16th year, we've truly have come a long way. There are those organizations that have truly and remarkably shown a difference in the way they're reporting, the consistency in the timing and when they're published. So there is improvement. It is slow and gradual because remember, there is also the compliance and the cost around compliance that some organizations do complain about. But I personally believe that we have come a long way, and we are still quite far off in terms of standardization of financial reporting. So say if you compare private sector reporting and public sector reporting, sometimes there's a difficulty in comparability. So we continue to strive and try and see if these can be standardized, because as an investor, you want a report that is easy to compare in terms of financials, in terms of disclosures, so that you can make an informed decision based on the same standards that are put in place. Yes.
So what impact does this have on a company that is able to live up to the expectations of best practices? What is the take-home for companies or people who are watching and listening to you? What is that one thing that they will get by ensuring they live up to the best standards that the market demands?
Keeping up with good corporate governance definitely impacts your bottom line. Investors want to invest in companies that are transparent, that are following the law, that are continuing to give information that is relevant, that is timely, and that is useful, and that is true. So definitely for companies that are out there that are considering participating, you're looking, the major benefit of participating in the FIRE Award is that first we evaluate your reports, and then we give you feedback on what you can improve on. And secondly, good financial reporting is good for everybody. It's good business. It improves it improves the organizational structures. So if you're having issues of corporate governance, they'll be easily addressed if you can identify them first, then address them, and then it can increase the capital flow coming into your organization, be it from local, regional, or international investors who are looking at your financials quite intricately and are able to see the growth potential of your organization through your financial reports.
And compared to other jurisdictions, the likes of Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, where can you rate Kenya in regard to ensuring there is good financial reporting standards?
I definitely think Kenya is one of the better countries, and East Africa as a whole, because you know, the FIRE Award is it's a regional award, and I think that we have definitely come a long way. We are matching ourselves against international best practices, so matching ourselves with the international financial reporting standards. So we are not only regional in terms of comparing ourselves with African organizations, but I think we are leading even internationally in terms of the standards that we've put in place and the way that the organizations are responding to the standards that are there.
All right. Finally, why should companies take part in this award, and what does it take to take part?
To take part in the award, unfortunately for the 2017, we've closed the entries. But this year we have been very happy to see on the upward of 350 entries, which is the highest we've ever had. So we are very happy to have the entries that we have in place. But I would advise organizations to come and attend the conference. We have a conference on 16th of November, where the chief guest is going to be Mr. Edward Ouko, the Auditor General of the Republic of Kenya, who will come and give some key insights in terms of the public sector accounting. The event, the dinner, is going to be graced by Dr. Mukisa Kitu. He's the Secretary General of UNCTAD. So you can see we've put in place experts who really know what they're speaking to around the area of financial reporting. And all you need to do is purchase a ticket through online, or you can call us directly, or any of the promoters who I mentioned, and you can be able to come and attend the conference.
All right.
And attend the gala dinner as well.
Many thanks, Waithera Mwai Ireri.
Thank you for
Pleasure
having
speaking
me.
to you, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that particular event that comes to celebrate companies that have been living up to the expectations. Well, we want to take you back to our top story.